G'day, welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia, where we travel this wide land and stay in a range of hotels and motels and hope that they're not shit. Tonight I'm in Parramatta and I'm staying at the Parramatta City Motel. I'm here for 3 nights, so let's go inside and check out the room. Right, so here is the room. Okay, so we've got a fairly old-fashioned room, but 2 comfy chairs, 2 dining chairs, nice big wide space for eating. We have a TV. Yes, we have a fridge, microwave, tea and coffee, iron, and in the bathroom will be cramped. We have shower, basin, no plug, toilet. So we're here for 3 nights at the Parramatta City Motel in room 332. Going to be out most of the time, but hopefully might get a nice sleep. I'm doubting that they'll get the no earplugs bonus. And now let's check out the TV. And one thing you can say about the TV is that even though when it's set up like that, you can't actually sit up close to watch it, it's not fixed. So if you want to watch the TV from where you're eating, you can simply spin it around, which is pretty good. So now let's check it out. It takes a while to turn on. If it turns on at all. Come on. There we go. Eventually. We've got a remote that doesn't actually... This is an issue. We've got an issue with the remote. Well, it looks like the remote's not even working at all now, so we can't actually mute it. Can we turn it off? No, we can't. There's one way we can turn it off. Okay, so just a general comment on the TV, apart from the fact that the remote doesn't work at all, maybe the batteries are completely flat. It did work last night, although the reception did drop in and out quite a lot. It's only got the free-to-airs, it's not a smart TV. And now let's check out the Wi-Fi. We are connected to the Wi-Fi. See how our good old Netflix indicator goes. And we'll go with this one. Play. Yep, not a problem with the Wi-Fi. Level 4, rooms 442 to 444, conference room, restaurant. Well, I'm guessing this is where the restaurant was. Lucked out again. It does say in the lift that the restaurant's on level 4, but don't think so. That's a 3rd time unlucky. Or is it 4 times? I've lost count. Now, the compendium doesn't mention the restaurant, but it does say breakfast can be served in your room. Please fill out the menu and return to reception, but there is no menu. And then it says, please note that the preparation and cooking of food in rooms is strictly forbidden by the Department of Health. Strictly forbidden by the Department of Health. Preparation and cooking of food? So why do they give us a microwave? But the compendium does say that they have a laundry. Neither their website nor booking.com said that they have the laundry, so maybe they do. I'll better go down and check that out, because I need to wash. And we have a laundry. It's only $3 per machine. It's pretty good value, really. And now for the Shit Hotels of Australia instant coffee test. Oop. Good old international roast with an expiry date of January 2027. How long does this stuff last? Probably a long time because no one ever drinks it. So these telltale signs, 3 bites in a row, breakfast, lunch and dinner, it said in the bedbug research. Bedbug research also says that these bites do not appear instantly, but appear a few days later. Even though some of the Booking.com reviews of Parramatta City Motel say bedbugs, it's likely I got these from one of the other shit hotels I've stayed in on this trip. And now we'll check out some upkeep issues. There's not a huge amount, but there are some. The chairs are a little bit tired, as is the furniture generally. We've got some water stains on the lights, on both lights actually. And then we've got some paint chips. This one's a little bit more obvious. Got a rusting there around that door surround. A ding in the wall. In the bathroom. The bathroom's not too bad really. Some paint flaking around the window. And perhaps the shower could be done with a little bit more of a scrub. So yeah, I mean, it's tired, it's old, but apart from that, the upkeep is not too bad. So we're in the bathroom. I just want to check something out again to see whether it will do what it has done for the last 2 mornings. Note the faucet. Turn on the hot water. All the way on. Can't go any further. It was a real shock the first time that happened because I thought, bloody hell, we got no hot water in this place. I mean, not that the water's not hot, but there's no water at all. But no, it came right. So if you are staying in the Parramatta City Motel and you turn it on and you get your fear of your life, stay tuned. It will get there eventually. But the big question I've been asking myself is, are there any other guests staying in this motel? There was someone checking out when I checked in early the other day, but if we look down into the car park, and excuse the glare, all but 2 of those cars were not parked there this morning. They are people who park here and pay to park in the car park. And that makes you wonder that if a motel can afford to charge out its car park to paying customers, how many people stay here? And let's go for a little walk and see something else. So I might go and just check the lift because it was really weird the other day when I was going backwards and forwards to the laundry and it took 45 minutes for each cycle. Go down the lift, come up in the lift, and every 45 minutes I'd come out and the lift would still be on level 3. Like no one else had actually used it. And that happened last night as well. So we'll just check. No, it's not going to happen today. And there's someone in the room there. So no, we're not alone in the Parramatta City Motel, but it certainly felt like it for the last couple of nights. Now it's time for the pirate score.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
So how did the Parramatta City Motel stack up against the Pirate score? Well, first up, cleanliness and upkeep. Okay, it's tired, but I've definitely been in worse, and I'm guessing that the bed bugs were not from this hotel, as after that first morning when I woke up itchy on my arms, I haven't had anything since, so I'm reckoning that was one of the previous motels I'd stayed in on the trip. So for all that, for cleanliness and upkeep, it's a solid 3 stars. Facilities. I really liked the bench layout. I was able to do some work, some editing, getting things done, and with not having to disturb the area where I would eat as well. And I liked the way that the TV could be rotated around so you could actually see it from where you were sitting when you were eating. The aircon also worked well, and it wasn't noisy, it was quite quiet. So again, for facilities, a solid 3 stars. Add-ons. Well, it said it had a restaurant, but it didn't. But it said it didn't have a laundry, but it did. So I guess those things even it out. It also had a vending machine. The laundry, look, I'm going to take a point off the issue with the laundry, even though I really needed it, because when you turned the light out of the laundry, there was no outside light, and you had to go down 3.5 steps. So what did I do in the half step? Yep, fell over. So for add-ons, 3 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Well, the TV was pretty dodgy really. The remote had issues and the reception, even on ABC, was dropping in and out. And we're in Parramatta, it's not as if we're at the back of nowhere. The Wi-Fi speed was good. There was one issue with the Wi-Fi in that the compendium provided you with all the details about how to log into the Wi-Fi, and that there's a different Wi-Fi router for each floor, so choose the one which is best for you, which I think is actually really good. However, what it didn't include was the password. So I had to go all the way back down to reception to get the password for the Wi-Fi. So considering that issue and considering the TV issue, for entertainment and Wi-Fi, 2 stars. Bed and bath. Okay, the bed was warm, it had a quilt. The bath was a bit cluttered, not a lot of room to put your gear, and you got hot water eventually. So again, a solid 3 stars. Service. Okay, when I checked in, there was a lovely Maori woman who was at reception, and she was brilliant. Gave advice about restaurants, had a real nice chat about things, waived the deposit on the key because normally they'd like a cash deposit. I only had card, and she thought that was going to be too hard. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, she was absolutely wonderful. The next night there was another Maori woman who was okay. She was a little bit friendly, but she did her job well. And then the last 2 days, there's been this guy, and I thought he was a guest just loitering in the reception area, sitting on a couch on his phone, but no, he's the receptionist. And every time you walk in and out, he's just lying back on the couch on his phone. Doesn't even acknowledge your existence. But one thing about service is the rooms were serviced every day. New towels, beds made, and that is something that you don't often see very much anymore. So for service, unfortunately that young guy knocks him back a bit. So for service, I'm going to give him 3 stars. Now, the value for money bonus. Well, this place was $165 a night. And I know we're in Sydney, we're in Parramatta, we're not in the Sydney CBD, and I know Sydney is at a premium, but this is by far the most expensive place I've stayed in on this trip, and so therefore, considering what you did get and what you didn't get, then no, it doesn't qualify for the value for money bonus. And the earplugs bonus, well, you saw the traffic. We're also on the flight path out of Sydney Airport, and whilst it's great to see the A380 fly over every afternoon at about 4 p.m. And another thing about Parramatta that I've noticed that I haven't noticed anywhere else in Australia, they honk their horns constantly. It's just weird. So no, it was earplugs in and no earplug bonus. So that's a total for the Parramatta City Motel of 17 out of 30. And if you've enjoyed this channel, please click like, please subscribe, and we've got 1, 2, 3 more hotels on this trip to come, and hopefully they're not going to be 3 of the shit hotels of Australia. Thanks for watching.